front wheel.
Okay.
Back wheel.
Taking the back wheel up? Okay. It's not that hard. Was that what Bill did?
Yeah. Do you follow getting replacing tube like a new patching a tube?
Patching a tube. That's the one. Hey, how about you, sir?
The patch that I put on there, actually, I think it leaked because it still has the leak after I thought I repaired it.
And they do leak after you finish. Anybody else?
Oh, and then after that, we found that.
Alright, well that's a different problem. But theoretically, you can repair your own patches. Now, I just want to show you this real quick because this wasn't the main thrust of my presentation. But I know that a lot of us have troubles with patching our rubber, our tubes. You understand? And so I put. What does that say right there?
Wait.
Wait, right. And what does that say right there? That's the clue, guys. That's what makes it. That's where everybody fails. You know, but what does this word mean?
That's what we see.
Yeah. You ever watch Star Trek?
It comes from Latin for volcano. The heat process. Usually used to seal things.
And what does it take to activate, to get some chemical alignment? What does it take? What does it take?
Letter G.
That's right. People ask me, I say, I came from Star Trek. It takes time, folks. So when you apply the rubber, now you can buy stick. Excuse me, I can't think. Pre-prepared patches now. They're cheap. They're only like twice the price of a regular patch. But I have some here, but they're not as good. And if you let this process take place, you get a really nice patch. So where do you want to weight the most? Where would this first weight be? I'm sorry.
Put the air in the tire.
Okay, so first you got to clean. That roughs the surface a little bit, so you have surface area. So and then when you apply the what? The vulcanizing glue, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's what okay. And you allow it to sit there. What's a good order of thumb? Anybody?
Wait twice as long as you think it is? I don't know.
A good point is wait till you can't wait no longer. No, how about 3 to 5 minutes? Okay?
That's it?
And that's the important part. That's what everybody forgets. You wait 3 to 5 minutes before what?
You put it on.
Apply it.
Wait again.
Before you apply the patch. And then what do you get to do?
Wait again.
Wait again. So I just thought that, I had another paper, but I can't seem to find it. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about today, folks, really quick, is we'll give you a course on that. You'll come to the bike shack. If you want to volunteer, we're looking for those people too, Erica also works with us. She's
I will be presenting in a little bit. I'm a volunteer too.
directly, and so we're a friendly crowd.
We're located in the U District. If anyone knows where the Wayward Cafe used to be at 55th and 9th, we are in the garage behind that now vacant building.
Anybody want to play with me here? Okay. And this is something, and I want you guys to tell me which part of the bike those things came from, okay? Now this one's kind of greasy a little bit. Anybody want to hold that one? Okay. Could you tell me what that is? Well, this one's really obvious. Okay. And you can pass them around if you want, but okay, so let me just talk about this real quick. Everybody thinks that a bicycle, a well-tuned bicycle, is a mystery, But the process, the physics that's going on is actually very simple. And it goes on in several places in the bike. Okay? So what I want to do, I want to show you this picture. I'm going to ask Larry to kind of hold this up for people there so they can see that one. And then I'm going to show you this picture. Okay? Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to tell me what these two pictures have in common. You think they're from the same part of the bike? Close. What do they have in common? What is this? This is showing a picture of a lot of things here, but there's one that's it. That's how bicycles work. Ball bearings, folks. Okay, here, I'm going to let you guys hold these, pass them around here. There you go. Actually, this is a bottom bracket, okay? And this is a headset. But the process, the actual physics, which is these little miniature bearings turning against some fixed surface, is the same. Understand? So if you remember that, bicycles are really easy to fix. You just got to get to the bearings. Now here's another set of things from. These are some of the things that kind of go around your bearings. So there's a lot of bells and whistles to remember about those, but mostly it's just bearings. So let's look at that. I'm going to bring one of my creations here. A lot of visual aids here, folks. And okay, so where would the it's nice and shiny, right? I got it all polished up. Okay. Where would the bearings be on here? How many places are we using that renewed technology? Okay, so where would be the main one that first comes to mind? Okay, the hubs inside the wheels. Those are nothing but bearings, right? Okay, and where else? Behind the crank arms, inside the bottom bracket. Again, bearings. Where's another one we just passed over real quick?
The handlebars.
Handlebars have some. Where in the handlebars? Exactly. Same process. And where's one that we just passed over? Get the pedals. It's the same process. Everywhere. So if you can just get to those bearings, folks, you know, you've solved the situation. Now what happens when bearings get exposed to water and they do some oxidation?
They run.
Okay. And what happens then? Does anybody know what this is?
Dead.
Where did this come off of?
The wheel.
Okay, this is a free wheel, right? This is a hub. And what happens when... Have you ever seen one that turns really nice? Look at that. Spins like a top. I could take this off and it just keep going. Okay, but it's weighted, okay? Now, what happens when they get rusted? When water gets in there? Or
You have to push a lot harder.
and what do we call it? This is the before picture. And this is after exposure outside, so you want to preserve them. Okay. Anyway, and mostly what I wanted to do, guys, is I didn't want to really tell you how to get into them because, bottom brackets are sometimes a very sophisticated thing to fix because you have to know how all these things fix. But the essential physics, right? You understand. It's not that complicated, right? So, and then hubs, they require a certain technology, but you just have to remember there's a set of bearings against a fixed surface, and that's what gets it to turn smoothly and like a gyroscope without a minimal amount of resistance. Is there resistance?
Yeah.
And what do you do? What do you do to offset the resistance? Lubrication, exactly. So there is resistance and there is friction, but it's minimal. Okay. Anyway, so does anybody know what this one's from? This is a spindle out of a bottom bracket. Okay, one of those is a picture. And so you have what? What do you have here?
One says maybe here, the other says maybe the wheel.
Okay, you have a cup, and then you have a cup that goes against a lock ring, and inside of those cups, what is there?
Grease.
Lots of grease, and
Dirt.
sometimes, where's the example? And sometimes dirt, and what else? What is this class about, folks?
Strawberry?
Exactly. That is okay, and now here's one that doesn't get broken too often. Why is that? What is this? You have any idea?
No idea.
If that is a spindle to the bottom bracket, what is this? That's an encased bottom bracket.
Oh, those are the kinds, you just throw those away and get a new one, right?
Yeah, it's kind of the recyclable things, but you'll find out that these things hold up a little bit longer. So you're normally resurfacing those. Okay, so what does this have inside it?
Seal?
Lots of seals and
More bearings.
and lubricant. Absolutely. So there you go. That's how it, that's the average. And then here I wanted to show you. So we looked at this, right? And we understand that this has had some pitting, you know, deformation. It's got some grind in there, okay? Now this one, so where are the bearings actually on this one? There you go. I brought them, yeah. Does that look clean for you?
Not much.
Yeah, see, that one needs a little bit of a service job. But I just brought them here so you guys can see it if anybody hold on to that one. And that shows you. And what is that? Is that a bottom bracket? No. Is it a headset? What's that? It's a hub to a wheel. And what goes inside it? You know what I mean?
Grease and ball bearing.
Well, we got the bearings. There's going to be a lot of grease, a lot of bearings, and what goes inside this? An axle. Exactly. Okay. And that axle just rides?
I think it's ball bearings, right?
Most of the time.
I unfortunately have to go. Thank you guys all very much.
Bye, Libby.
Yeah, so now I want to post. Damn it.
All right.
I've seen it for free, so.
Oh, very good.
That probably means it's time for you to go too.
Run here very soon, but if you could please make sure that Erica is going to present a little bit on tools, uses of tools. Just to review real quick, what's the important thing to remember about fixing a flat?
Wait and then wait.
What's that?
Wait and then wait.
Exactly. And why is that important?
Vulcanization.
What's that? For the vulcanization to take place, you know, for spot.
To get his act
Get
together.
the thing going. Get the thing, exactly. And what's the underlying process of pretty much all the physics on a bicycle? Bearings. Exactly. All right, folks.